All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I feel like this was only a matter of time. Like this was going to be a statement that was going to have to be made at some point by Nexus Mods. And it seems like this is the mod that they have to do it for. So now you guys are aware that Nexus Mods has banned, or did ban, I should say, the Oblivion remastered male and female mod that turned body type 1 and 2 back to what it originally was, which was male and female. This is not the first time they've done this. They have banned a multitude of different mods that have changed gender before. They have banned basically every mod that has hidden or removed any kind of progressive ideology from a video game. Now they're coming out and saying, apparently, according to this post here by the community manager, Pickysaurus, that they're not going to be doing that anymore. They're not going to be removing mods that are politically divisive, and that the only reason they removed this mod to begin with is because of what the uploader was doing and not the actual mod itself. I do not believe this in the slightest. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm, as we are on our way to 90,000 subscribers. So apparently, according to this community manager that goes by the name Pickysaurus, they have said the following, and I want you guys to understand: do not believe Nexus Mods in the slightest, okay? They have been doing this for years, and now suddenly they're going to turn around and try to pretend as if they're not going to do this anymore. What I think is happening is that they are starting to realize that there is in fact actual tangible competition to their website. A lot of people use Nexus Mods because it was the most popular website, but websites like DEG Mods have started to grow in popularity to the point now where they can view it as actual competition. You even see DEG Mods posting on this post right here, talking about how they always provide an alternative to censorship resistance. They can't delete the mods over on what they've developed. So they are openly advertising their website everywhere as being anti-censorship. Meanwhile, Nexus Mods was openly advocating for censorship all the time. So let's open this up. Let's make this a little bit bigger, and let's see what they actually had to say. So Pickysaurus says, community notice regarding this mod. This mod has been and likely will continue to be a source of controversy within the community. After a thorough review, we've determined that the content of the mod itself does not violate our community guidelines. However, due to the nature of the topic, which often attracts intense and sometimes hostile discussion, the comment section will remain locked to prevent further escalation. See, I don't understand why they can't just do that, right? Like, what is the big deal with that? So you could keep the mod up on your website, but you could just lock the mod to avoid any kind of back and forth backlash that's going to come from the mod. That way, the wokies that are complaining about something that supposedly didn't matter, they can just accept it and move on. And the people that were complaining about body type 1 and 2 will now have a mod that allows them to remove it so they could just move on, right? It's just the easiest thing in the world. Everybody could be happy. I mean, ultimately, everybody could be happy if they didn't do this shit in the first place. But still, I find it incredible that something that supposedly doesn't matter is sparking such intense conversation, right? It's a beautiful thing because it shows the hypocrisy from the people that love to say, oh, this doesn't matter. None of this matters. What's the big deal? They try to say that because they are the ones that are currently benefiting from whatever they're trying to convince you doesn't matter. But the moment that supposed thing that doesn't matter gets removed, you're going to find out exactly how much it actually matters to them. But it says, why was the original upload removed? Okay, so here's the cope and the BS from Nexus Mods. It says there has been a lot of speculation and misinformation regarding the removal of the original upload. To clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. Bullshit. Bullshit. You want to know why it's bullshit? Because Nexus Mods has removed mods just like this for years, okay? They've removed all kinds of political-based mods that are progressive removing ideology mods, right? Like any mod that removes progressive ideology gets banned. This is why it's become a running joke that Nexus Mods is going to remove XYZ mod the moment it exists. We called this before the mod even came out. We said it in multiple videos. I saw other creators say it. I saw people say it on Twitter that Nexus Mods was going to remove male and female the moment that mod existed on their website, and lo and behold, that's exactly what they did. But regardless, they're trying to say it wasn't the mod and the reason, it wasn't the mod as to why the reason it was removed. Then they said, as stated in the ban notice, It was removed due to the uploader's behavior. In the comments, the uploader expressed intent to incite drama and endorse an external site explicitly designed to host inflammatory content. This kind of behavior directly violates our community standards. We recognize that mods like this can bring sensitive discussions around gender and identity to the forefront. While these are important conversations, our platform exists to support creative expression and modding, not to serve as a battleground for broader cultural or political debate. So if that's the case, why do you continue to make decisions that are based in ideology? It is so obvious that Nexus Mods is a progressive website. We know this. We've seen what some of your modders or your moderators have said before. So why are you trying to now pretend as if this is not the case? It's because, quite frankly, the competition is there now. As much as they want to pretend as if there's no competition and whatnot, at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious that there has been enough competition to make these people suddenly want to say, okay, we're going to host these mods. They were never doing this before. They weren't doing this for years, but now they are suddenly doing it because the backlash has gotten so intense and the competition has gotten so broad that they are now forced to do this. This is why I love a capitalistic market. I hope people do not go back to Nexus Mods. I hope people continue to look for other websites and alternatives like DEG Mods that are going to give them exactly what they want without these bullshit statements that have to be made every single time one of their moderators removes a controversial mod. It's ridiculous, man. It's not like you are removing mods that showcase fucking crimes. You know what I mean? You are removing mods that are just showcasing male and female. There's nothing wrong with that. But in any case, let's continue. It says, what we will not tolerate is trolling, harassment, discrimination, or any form of toxicity that these discussions may provoke. Our commitment remains the same, to keep modding accessible and welcoming for everyone. Please note the following. Any re-uploads of this content or any other derivative content intended to circumvent this policy will be removed. Abusive behavior in comments or posts will result in moderation actions. There is no need to report this mod page. If you'd prefer not to see this content, we encourage you to make use of the content blocking tools by blocking the real world issues tag or the author 7H3 Laughing Man. So again, guys, really quick, I think it's ridiculous that now all of a sudden they're trying to tell the people who don't want to see this stuff that no, oh, just use our filtering tools. That's going to allow you not to see this anymore. Don't worry about it. It's so insane, bro. Again, supposedly none of this matters, right? Supposedly this is not a big deal. Supposedly, according to the people who advocate for type 1 and type 2, that this is not a big deal at all, and everybody else is just being they're overblowing it. And then the moment the idea of it being removed is brought to the table, suddenly those people are losing their collective minds and they're reporting the page. They're talking about all this nonsense in the actual comments. Here's what you do. And it looks like this is what they're going to do moving forward. If the Nexus moderators see a mod that is going to be controversial for whatever reason, right? Politically controversial, culturally controversial, all they can do is just lock down the comments. That's it. Let the mod exist because it has a right to exist, but just lock down the comments so that nobody can go back and forth and start fighting with each other over the mod. That's literally all you can do. And I think that is a fair compromise for the overall situation. But I really do hope that nobody goes back to using Nexus Mods. Do not let them fool you with this statement. This is just them trying to do damage control because they are now feeling the pressure, not only from the backlash of people over the last, year or so, but also for the simple fact is there is an insane amount of competition and they know it. And they're trying to do everything possible to prevent that competition from doing better than them or taking away their slice of the pie. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.